Hello, welcome to Flexily application. This session is about recruitment part 2. So we've already covered how to create a requirement in the system in part 1. So do check that video out. Now in today's session we will cover how to create a candidate in the system and how to align a candidate with a particular requisition. So basically there are 4 ways through which a candidate can be created in the system. So the first way of creating a candidate in the system is through create candidate. So you go to create candidate screen and then you need to upload the resume, then the candidate photo if required, requisition number. So what particular requisition this candidate will be aligned with. So whatever requisitions that you create there in enterprise acquisition or quick requisition will reflect here in the drop down. You just have to choose which requisition this person will be aligned with. Then what is the source? Campus hiring, career section, employee referral, intern job posting, whatever the source of this particular candidate is, you can choose. So if you choose other source, then it will take you to other field, which is other source. So if you want to add on anything, a text field is there. Then the title, the first name, middle name, last name, email ID, contact number, date of birth, gender, male, female. Then what is the current address, job details, current organization, designation, highest qualification. So once you fill these details and click on save button, so the data will get saved in the system. Now that's one way of creating a candidate. The other way of creating a candidate in the system is through create quick candidate. So once you click on this button, it takes you to another form. So just like we created a quick requisition wherein we need to add on few details, similarly this quick candidate form has lesser fields in comparison to create candidate form. So all you need to do is you need to just add on the resume, map the requisition, first name, last name, source, other source, email ID, contact number, date of birth, grade, city, current organizations. There are little details that you're filling in this form, and then you create it by clicking on this save button. So now there could be a case wherein you do not have any idea right now that which requisition this particular employee will be mapped with. So you just want to create this candidate for future, so you can skip mapping the employee with the requisition, and later on when you decide where this person will be aligned with or which requisition this person will be aligned with, then you can map the requisition with the particular candidate. So also note that a particular candidate can be mapped with multiple requisitions at a time. So if somebody is suitable for 3 profiles, 3 requisitions can be mapped with that particular candidate. So the third way of creating a candidate in the system is through migration sheet. So whenever you want to create bulk candidates in the system, you can simply go to migrate section, download Excel structure, download the candidate sheet, and once you have that sheet, when you open that sheet, it will ask you for few details that you need to fill in. So the details would remain the same as of what you've put in the screens. Downloaded this sheet. Now you come here, you add on the first name, last name, what is the source, email ID, contact number, date of birth, gender, city. So these are the basic details that we require for the candidates to be uploaded in the system. So having said that, one thing that needs to be noted here is that you will not be able to attach the resume. So in case you want to attach the resume, you will have to come to create candidate screen. You have to come to create candidate screen and then search for the candidate and then go to upload and upload the resume. So this is the activity that you have to do for all the candidates, even if you are creating them through bulk. Now the fourth way of creating a candidate in the system is through resume parser. A resume parser is basically a paid application. It's a paid feature which will allow you to bulk migrate the candidates in the system with their resumes. All you need to do is that you need to come on the screen, just choose the requisition number. These resumes will be mapped with, for example, analyst position. Just upload zip file. So for example, if you have 50 candidates, 50 resumes, then you can just simply zip those files you want to upload. So once you upload it and start parsing, you will get a response file just like you get a response file in the migration sheet. This feature will scan your resume and will add on the details, will pick up the details and add on it on the screen. So for example, feature will pick first name and then resume parsing would pick first name and then it would add the first name to the first name on the candidate screen. Then it would pick last name and then add it on the last name field. Similarly, email ID, contact number. So it will basically x-ray the profile, the resume, and then accordingly migrate the data on the screens. So this is the other way of creating a candidate in the system. Now, once the candidate is created, we need to start scheduling the interview. So now you go to manage candidate. Now, if you want to search a candidate, you can click on this button and then you can search a candidate. If you want to align a candidate, then you can go to align candidate button. So align candidate button will align the candidate with different requisitions. So for example, if you want to map Sandeep Sharma with another requisition, all you need to do is that you need to check this checkbox. It will allow you to select this candidate entry and then you go to align candidate. So when you go to align candidate and pick another profile, let's say senior manager training, and you click on align candidate, so this person will be aligned with this profile as well. So if you see now, there's another entry that's created by the system which says that Sandeep Sharma is aligned with senior manager training and the requisition code is also reflected. Now, initiate CSL is when you want to initiate the candidate selection ladder. So this we've already discussed, that candidate selection ladder is basically your interview process that you want to conduct for this particular profile. So if you want to initiate the CSL, all you need to do is that you need to just click on this button and initiate the CSL. Other way of initiating a CSL is through this link. So if you click on this link, it will take you to another screen and you can conduct the interviews for this particular candidate. Now, lock candidate means that whenever you want to lock a candidate and you don't want that candidate to be mapped with other requisitions or the requirements in the organization, then you can simply select this and then lock the candidate. And when you want to unlock a locked candidate, then you can simply choose the candidate and click on unlock candidate and it will unlock the candidate and you will be able to align different requisitions with that particular candidate. Now coming to this, let's just initiate this CSL. So I will click on initiate CSL, and if you see, it is asking me for the source, qualification, degree, specialization. So in case I want to mention anything, I can. Otherwise the system will pick the data automatically. So let's just initiate the CSL. So once you initiate the CSL, it will give you another status, that is assignment yet to start, action is manage CSL. So when you go to manage CSL, now it will ask you to align a particular interview with this candidate. So when you click on this assignment icon and click on the schedule button, it will take you to another form. So you can see the requisition name reflecting, step is the assignment, you want to create a new schedule or you want to use a old schedule. So let's create a new schedule and then click on next. Now assign to is the interviewer. So let's say this needs to be done with Satya Singh. So Satya is the interviewer. Step schedule type is basically your written, in person, telephonic. So let's say it's written interview. Now the time zone, the schedule name, if there is an internal location, so let's say this is DLF conference room B. And then what is the address? So maybe the address of the company, and then the start date, start time, end date. And if you want to add on more than one of the interviewers, then just check on this button and it will allow you to add on more interviewers for this interview. Now when you go to next, and you can see the schedule has been done. And when you click on finish, so the schedule has been made. Now once the schedule is done, it goes to the candidate and to the interviewer, and their calendar is booked for that particular slot. So now you can see the current status has changed to in progress. Now let's assume that the interview is done and now we need to move that person to the next step. So let's go to action, click on move to next step, and then save. So once you save it, and then you can see that there is another round that starts for this person now. And so all we need to do is that we need to go again, click on schedule, choose the schedule and perform this activity again, and then come. Once the interview is done, feedback is given by the interviewer, then you have to come and move this person to the next step or whatever the logical step that you need to take there. So let's just keep on moving him to the next step till we get to the final stage. So now you see this is the last round, so that's why move to next step option is not available. So either this person is selected, or this person is on hold, or this person is rejected. So let's say if this person is rejected and we save it. So now if you see, HR round is also clear, and whatever the review feedback the interviewer has given will reflect in the review section. So this person is basically selected, has cleared all the rounds. Now the logical step after this would be to manage his offer, to send his offer, which is part of our third session, in which we will know more about how the offer is created in the system and how offer is sent to the candidate. This is it for the session, and we will see you in the next session, recruitment part 3. Thank you so much for joining us today.